Beaver can't finish the curtain. Let's see what he has to say. What's he got for us this time? They're probably Blu-rays.
Aficionados Chris.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Aficionados Chris.
It's a comfort measure.
Aficionados
Shine the lights, shoot the camera, smile for the world in panorama. He likes to impersonate walk-on.
Hey everybody, Aficionados Chris here, and welcome to another installment of Godzilla Week. Today I'm going to be reviewing not one, not two, but 4 Godzilla Blu-rays, and each one actually comes with 2 movies apiece. So, altogether, you have 8 Godzilla movies in high definition. These Blu-rays come to us from Sony Home Entertainment. They are available right now in stores, and the titles we're going to be talking about are Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, as well as Godzilla and Mothra, The Battle for Earth, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, which also comes with Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Destroyer, as well as Godzilla vs. Megagyrus, and finally, Godzilla Tokyo SOS with Godzilla Final Wars. Now this is a really awesome purchase for me personally as a huge Godzilla fan, and these movies are from both the Heisei and Millennium era of the Godzilla franchise, and of course anyone knows that this is not all of them, this is just a small handful. There are plenty of other Heisei and Millennium films that are not available in high definition just yet. Sony's calling this series the Toho Godzilla Collection, which is very similar to the Toho Masters Collection label that Classic Media did a very long time ago with the Godzilla Showa series. So I guess it's slightly inspired by that. It actually, the way they have the posters and the cover art, it's very reminiscent of those midnight showing double features that MGM used to do a very long time ago on DVD. Now for me personally, a lot of these are the Godzilla movies I watch the most and remember the most because this is the far more serious era of Godzilla movies, whereas the Showa series was a little campy. Whereas with the Heisei series, they decided to take it back to its original roots and treat it a little more seriously. And in my opinion, it turned out some of the better Godzilla movies. I can't really think of a Godzilla movie in this collection that I don't absolutely adore for one reason or another. I can't say that all of them are enjoyable in a guilty pleasure aspect. I honestly think a lot of these are genuinely good science fiction monster movies. Now let's talk about bonus features. For the first 3, there are basically no bonus features. It's just trailers. Nothing more. Nothing really substantial of any Godzilla fan. However, there are bonus features on the Tokyo SOS and Final Wars double feature. Other than trailers on this Blu-ray, they actually have individual featurettes for both movies. There's a making of for Tokyo SOS, and there's a B-roll featurette for Final Wars, which is really cool because these are 2 of my favorite Godzilla movies in the Millennium series, so it's nice they include at least one bonus feature, but wouldn't have minded if they didn't have one at all if they just had trailers, because I would have wanted it just for the movie. My only other gripe with this is actually the fact that when I buy Godzilla movies, or really when I buy any franchise in general, I usually like to keep the series together in chronological order as opposed to alphabetizing them. So in this case, for the most part, they all follow the chronological order of the movie that they're paired up with the exception of this one, because Megagyrus is not the movie that comes right after Destroya. A lot of people will know that was Godzilla 2000. Godzilla 2000 started the Millennium series, judging by its name, of course. So if they decide to release Godzilla 2000 either alone or with another Godzilla movie, it's going to mess up the continuity of my shelf because it's going to drive me crazy that I can't put Godzilla 2000 right between Destroya and Megagyrus. And the other cool thing I should mention about these Blu-rays is that these are really well packaged. Now, a lot of people were actually concerned that they were going to put 2 movies on one Blu-ray. No need to fret, because not only did they put each movie on its own individual disc, they actually gave each disc its own disc art. How often do we get disc art nowadays on Blu-rays? And not only that, Sony used to do this thing with the Blu-rays when they first came out, is that they would utilize the fact that the cases are somewhat transparent and have artwork on the front side of the cover and on the inside of the cover, and they actually did just that with these Blu-rays as well. Underneath all these with the individual movies is that they actually have a designated poster on each side, which I think is really friggin' cool. And I'm really glad they decided to do that because, again, how often do we get not only double-sided cover art, but disc art for the individual discs? So overall, I highly, highly recommend that all G fans pick up every single one of these Blu-ray double features. Picture quality is very good in my opinion. The sound quality is actually a lot better on the Japanese audio track than it is the English track, so if you prefer to hear it in its original native tongue, you don't need to fret, but for someone like me who grew up with them in English, it doesn't sound horrendous. It's a very decent audio track, but I am kind of bummed at the fact that only the Japanese audio sounds a lot better but that kind of makes sense considering that, you know, these did come from Japan, so Japan probably has a better master file for the audio in these. So Sony, I have to congratulate you. You could have just slapped these together, put them in stores and called it a day, but you actually put a lot of work into these with the cover art, the disc art, having at least some bonus features with one of the Blu-rays, and decent audio and video quality. This is just a highly recommended collection, and I hope they do more of these. I hope that they release the other Heisei and Millennium films that are not yet available in high definition. So that's really all I have to say about the Toho Godzilla collection from Sony. 4 Blu-rays, each with 2 movies apiece. So altogether you get 8 awesome Godzilla movies in high definition. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to keep up to date with all my video projects, you can like my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/aficionadoschris. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @aficionadochris, and support me on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and be sure to also check out my 2 previous videos.